Mother. Oh, mother.
PK fire! PK fire!
Mother.
Heineken!
Well, we all are going to die.
Heineken!
This is the way.
Oh, wow!
Came in here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck you!
PK fire!
Mother.
I love this soundtrack so far. What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. If you're looking for the gaming lifestyle lounge, well, damn, you're in the right place. Here I am. It's your host, America's #1 online video game personality, Ben the Parvinator Parvin, here at your service. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. How you doing? How's your week going? Can't believe we're... In some ways, I can't believe it's Wednesday. Yesterday kind of went by in a blur. I spent a lot of it doing a little setup for today and had some other work I had to get to as well. And I was just like, damn. The next thing I knew, it was like getting close to 8 p.m. It's like, oh, okay, wow. It was like, you know, coming out, you know, I don't know, just like, whoa, the sun's going down. What is happening right now? I'm so confused. How are you guys? Welcome.
Mother.
We are gathered today to see our,
Mother.
Yeah, we're going to be playing some Mother 2, or, well, EarthBound. Love this game here. I bought this one way back in the day. I think it was that one trip I took to Japan. I had a good hangnail this morning. I took a trip to, there's another one. Took a trip to Japan many years ago, the pilgrimage, and came back with a few JRPGs. That was some of my most prized possessions. I'm only just now getting around to this game. Of course, I can't really, sadly, this is on me, but I can't play it in Japanese. Need to keep practicing the Japanese gamer language. The Nintendo language. A language of love. Well, guys, we're here today to investigate this meteorite. I mean, this thing fell on it. We're basically just minutes into this game, so if you weren't here on Monday, then don't worry, you didn't miss too much. But you missed a whole lot as well, you know? That's the thing, right? You didn't miss much, but you missed everything. And that's okay. Nobody can see everything. I don't know. I'm trying to run a joke here. It just sounds like I'm a jerk, and that's not what I'm going for. Anyway, guys, good to see you. Welcome. How's your week going? In just a second, I thought we'd get into a good old days segment for you. I put together a little presentation. I do this from time to time, especially lately when we've been at the beginning of a game. I've put together a little presentation about it, focusing on stuff like box art, maybe a couple things behind the scenes, how did the development go, who's behind it. There's a little bit of gaps I had in this one today for a couple of reasons. Number one, I was a bit pressed for time. I worked on it a lot yesterday, but I had some other stuff that I wasn't expecting I'd have to work on. I had some other work I had to get to yesterday. So with that being said, I didn't get to explore too much in the way of music, and that's something really, maybe later on into this game, that'd be fun to talk a little bit more about that. I had stumbled upon this one video, it was just a couple weeks ago, and I knew, hey, I'm going to be playing EarthBound soon. And I stumbled on this video about, I guess they were tracking down all the samples used in this soundtrack, and there's a ton of sampled music, which is pretty sick for a Super NES. And taking the music that the musicians, the composers or whatever enjoyed, or just stuff that they had in their collection, including some vinyl samples that they did, and putting them into a Super NES. So actually in the background right now, this, you might have heard it. I was talking over for a bit before I realized it was there, but it sounded like a whole bunch of chatter. And that's actually just like some recorded instruments from a record that he had, some like an orchestra or something, a little symphony or something that he took just a short snippet from. And pitched, just played around with it, pitched it up and stuff, and it kind of has this effect of, put a bunch of echo on it, has this effect of, a bunch of folks just chattering, right? Oh man, it's sweet. I'm really looking forward to getting more into the music of this series. So yeah. With that being said, another reason why this good old days we're about to do, it's incomplete for now, but I wanted to have some fun with it and go ahead and knock it out, because I've done these kind of presentations sometimes on games I know a lot better. Chrono Trigger was the last one, Mario 64 as well. And those are games that I know well. I often remember at least playing it around the time it was out, or not that long after, and kind of, I have sort of more to bring to the table, just knowing the game and its legacy, etc., etc. This is as blind a playthrough as I can get it, although there's some things I've seen, even in just trying to pull a little research and grab some gifts and things like that I can't unsee, and I will hope that I will forget them over time. But with that being said, yeah, it's the first time playing this game, so mostly just going to focus on surface level stuff, talk a little bit about the release of it, the troubled release, troubled development of this game, who's behind it, and its sort of lasting legacy. And hey, we'll do a post-mortem on this thing once we finished it. So anyway, without further ado, guys, that was me throwing up the P. The P. You know, the P sign. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, let's let me get a sip first. All right, guys. Do what you got to do to relax. I'm going to try to ease into it. Let me take you back to the good old days. What's up? Sir Martin, welcome. Yeah, safe travels going down to Orlando. Yeah, good to hear from you. Hope you're well. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about Mother 2, aka EarthBound. Again, yeah, this is my copy of the game here. I've got it also on the SNES Mini. That's how we'll be playing EarthBound. Again, this I'm doing a blind playthrough of this thing. I'm only just a couple hours through, so I guess I should mention, if you do know anything in the way of spoilers, please try to, yeah, don't toss them out, if you would, please. No hints, no spoilers, etc. All right, here's my little homework. Here's my book report on a book I haven't yet read. Mother 2, aka EarthBound, right? Known as EarthBound outside of Japan. I love both of these logos too, man. And the GIF up at the top right there of the meteorite and stuff. So they released it as EarthBound, you know, outside of Japan. And the reason being, this game had a prequel that never came out in North America, known as Mother. And that was for the Famicom, released back in 1989. And I like that simple box art there. I see that cart and that box kind of often when I'm looking at Famicom stuff. It seems like it's a pretty common card out there, you know. Complete in box might be a little more rare, but some of the Japanese stuff, there's a lot better. The chances are higher of there being a complete in box, I'll just say, and at a lower price. The Japanese version sometimes, and I've seen this Mother cart sometimes when I go shopping for Famicom stuff. Yeah, pretty sweet, right? Now, just wanted to make sure music is going to loop, and God, I love this song. I love Final Fantasy IX. All right, well, so again, released for the Famicom in '89, but not for the NES. Never came out for the NES. So I didn't even know about this. I didn't know about this aspect of the series until somewhat recently, and that was that they released, you know, the original Mother game as EarthBound Beginnings. This was, I guess, done with the 2015 launch of the title on the Wii U Virtual Console. And they put this thing available to play, you know, as an NES Famicom title. Since, I guess, once again, having that EarthBound, it's interesting that they're, the EarthBound is just the Western name, I suppose, instead of...
Mother.
Yeah, no love for...
Mother.
But yeah. Yeah, EarthBound Beginnings. I actually, until looking this up yesterday, I had no idea that EarthBound Beginnings came out for the Wii U Virtual Console. I was really tuned out during the era of the Wii U, sadly. Having a bit of a gamer hiatus at that time, and that's on me. You know, I missed a whole lot. Still trying to make up for it. But I first encountered this game when it came to the Switch, Nintendo Switch Online service, and I hadn't realized it had previously launched on the Wii U Virtual Console, which is pretty sweet. I wonder if any of you guys have played it. The whole series, Mother, right? And there's 3 of those games, Mother, Mother 2, Mother 3. The whole series is the brainchild of Shigesato Itoi, who is kind of a modern-day Renaissance man of sorts. That I learned a lot about him. Thank you, Wikipedia. But yeah, he had written some famous ads. He was a copywriter. essayist, wrote lyrics for songs, did some acting as well. It seems like I had mentioned a couple days ago that there was a celebrity attached to this game, and I didn't realize, the it's not like a celebrity, endorsement or, like putting Mike Tyson's name on the box just because he's, the contract is signed, and, it's not like he's in there designing the whole game. But yeah, no, it was, I guess that he is the, writer, I suppose writer director of this. I think he has both of those titles, but I know it's written by him, and I believe that this is kind of his baby. It's interesting because reading a little bit about the backstory of him coming to approaching Nintendo, apparently he was a bit impressed with Dragon Quest, as everybody was, and inspired by that, he wanted to create an RPG in sort of modern times. We'll get to that in just a bit. But it's interesting because he came to Shigeru Miyamoto, and he pitched a script for Mother, but it got rejected the first time around, and then I guess a little bit later on, he got the call from the big man, Mr. Miyamoto, that hey, let's work with you, and Miyamoto ended up dedicating some staff over to make this project happen. Mother, that original game for Famicom. Get that one up there one more time. Let's see it.
Mother.
There it is. Beautiful. Well, so Shigesato Itoi also co-authored this book here with Haruki Murakami, and I had this a little side note, mostly for my own entertainment here, but this is an author I recognize. I've read a couple of his books. The two of them wrote a book together known as Yume de Aimashou. Woo, sweating that one out. Yume de Aimashou. And yeah, again, it was written with Haruki Murakami, who is a Japanese author it's a really interesting author, dives into a lot of surrealism, magical realism. I enjoyed a couple of his stories are set in Tokyo, and I just haven't read it in a little while, but I really enjoyed getting into his stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check him out. Again, that's Haruki Murakami. Forgot to put a little name card up for him. Jeez Louise, that's disrespectful. Yep, so I'm working on one book of this guy's, and I may never finish it just because I've started it a couple times now, and then something ended up happening and put it down for a bit. Didn't want to come back to it at that point just because too much time had passed, but it's the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. I'm enjoying it, but I gotta finish this book sometime. This is one of his most famous ones. Also, Kafka on the Shore. There was another one I read. I'm not remembering the title now, but he's a great author. It's really interesting stuff. Yeah. Again, like a combination of sort of like, modern life, but suddenly characters are moving through dreams and there's parallel universes. It's very surreal. Again, gets into that sort of magical realism. Now, maybe you weebs, right? We got some anime fans in the house. Maybe you weebs might know Shigesato Itoi through this right here. This My Neighbor Totoro, 1990. Was that 88? Oh no, it was 98 here. Yeah. Sorry. Tatsuo Kusakabe from My Neighbor Totoro, 1998. Oh man, I have to admit, I think I've seen this like one time, and it was super late. I had a couple beers, and I think I passed out. And I don't remember this. I don't remember a lot about it, and I think a similar thing happened with Spirited Away. And that's just, again, that's disrespectful. That's on me. But that was a long time ago that I tried to watch those movies. But yeah, again, the brainchild, or I said brainchild. This is the brainchild. Mother is, but yeah, this guy, the brain behind Mother, Shigesato Itoi, he again voiced this guy here. I'm gonna get through this, I swear. Woo! Again, I'm doing a book report on a book I haven't yet read. I've barely started. So, what's up, Rotes? Welcome. Yeah, man. I try to hit this time a little more often. It just hasn't happened lately. I'd prefer to be going about this time, but man, been crazy stressful on schedule wise these last couple of weeks. But yeah, good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday. I'm just rolling through this thing here. So, just a little bit more about Itoi, you know, the brain behind Mother. He, like I said, he's really interesting. I'd like to learn more about this guy. I'd like to check his website out too. This is his company / like, you know, website, Hobo Nikon Itoi Shinbun, which means the almost daily Itoi newspaper. He started it kind of like I think he's like you know, he had just gotten the internet, or hadn't been that long since he'd just gotten plugged in for the first time, and he's on the World Wide Web. And, you know, having been a little bit of a well, not a little bit, but having been a celebrity in Japan and already having a bit of a following, he, you know, at that time, followings were a little bit different, right? He just had some scattered fans, but yeah, he started this, I don't know what to call it. Blog doesn't sound as, you know, we'll say blog, but it feels like there's a ton of work that goes into it. It's also part of like a company and a brand for him. But his intention was to write every day, or almost every day, and that's the reason why it's the almost daily Itoi newspaper. He didn't think that there'd be any way that he could keep it going, but he had this crazy streak of like having posted something every single day since he actually started it back in 1998. So, yeah, pretty sweet. And on this thing, he does some interviews, apparently. He'll interview, he interviews like other celebrities. He interviews philosophers, scientists, etc. And yeah, apparently he just uses this as kind of like his blog, his brand, his website and stuff. And he just seems like an interesting guy, you know, very idiosyncratic, and man, just a bit of a weirdo. And I think maybe some of that comes through. I mean that you guys know, of course. I mean that in the best possible way. I think some of that brand of weird, some of that special scent of weird comes through in this game. Yeah. Enough about Itoi, though. Let's talk about the game that he made. Here it is, Mother 2, the complete in-box version. Again, I've got this one here. Got this a long time ago, 2006, I believe, and really only put it in to try it, make sure it worked back then, and that was about it. But yeah. Pretty nothing too fancy here with the Japanese version. You know, you get your little controller card, an instruction booklet, your cart, and then the box. Notice the ratio on the box. I guess we'll call it what would that be? Hot dog style versus hamburger bun. It's yeah, you've got the tall, long boxes, and Super Famicom would use that format for some of their games, and it makes for some really interesting box art. Clearly with this one, it's all about that logo and then just it being in a sea of red. I think it's kind of I mean, I'll just say it does pop, that blood red, and then the you know, the logo just coming out. So yeah, I like it. Knocking my controllers and stuff off. Jeez. Well, so our version of this thing, EarthBound, made it to North America in June 5th, 1995. What do you think about this box art? Just kind of curious. This came up the other day. I remember seeing this box art as a kid and not that this is not that this Earthbound is the only game I would ever think this, but this was certainly one of those box one example of box art that I would as a kid I was like, I really have no idea what this game is. And looking at it, the back looks really sweet. I love that wavy pattern, and this game has some like crazy psychedelic backgrounds in some of the fights. I was able to find this one, and I think it's from a pretty big fight based on the file name that was in it. I tried to avoid spoilers, but I've had something spoiled in a really dorky way like that. But yeah, this was the this was the Super Famicom version here. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I can grab a. Well, I mean, you know what an SNES card is, but for everybody else, just to kind of show the difference in the sort of card shape. Give me 1 second. This'll do. Yeah. Oops. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, right. It's an interesting little format. I think it's cute. They added this extra long, you know, a divot there, and then I think the only thing that makes these things region locked is the shapes of the carts. Well, at least between Japanese and North American versions. The PAL is a total different story, but yeah, like it's really just the shape of the carts is its own kind of region locking. Yeah. You know, one of the first things I would see about Earthbound ever was being a kid, and this would have been a few. I mean, this would have been probably at least a couple years after this came out. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking about when did I first start getting Nintendo Power, and I think it was in the lead up. It was so it was actually in the lead up to the 64. So I'm getting it by at least like 96. This game at this point had only, you know, been out in the US for about a year. And they did a little feature for fighting these bosses, the Starmen, I guess, Starmans. And it was just like, how do you, how to defeat the Starman. And it was like a little trio of them. And I remember seeing that and being like, what is this? This seems, I don't know, I want to know what this game is. So it's always felt like a little bit of unfinished business for me, you know? Like, oh yeah, mine are gone too, Rotes. Yeah, I had some scattered copies prior to that 96 one. And, but yeah, the whole thing was gone. Yeah. I think maybe that, I wonder what happened. Hopefully it went to a collector, but yeah. I think there was a certain point where there was an everything must go kind of situation. But the yard sale. What's up, Ichigo? Welcome, buddy. Oh man. Yeah. You run out of space? That's a damn shame. Yeah. I think all of them have been scanned, which I'm very thankful for. There's been a time or two that I've thought about a feature that was in the magazine, and I wanted to go back and look at it, and it wasn't that difficult to like get in, and there's been a couple times now, like without knowing the issue or whatever, I was able to maybe get in and figure it out, which is I'm pretty thankful for. Yeah. That's why I was like, or you just, right, didn't have space or getting rid of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, burn pits, baby. Hopefully it wasn't a thing like, I'm burning all these secular magazines and throwing them in the fire. Because it's not, this is not God's, this is not of God. I broke a Blink-182 CD. I had a Blink-182 CD, one of my favorites, Enema of the State, and it was the censored version. But I was like, oh, you know, they're telling us like, you're not supposed to have all this secular music. Not my parents, but at church. And I don't know, it got all hung up about that and like felt super guilty and was like crying as I broke my Blink-182 CD. That's okay. If they could see me now. Nah, parents were always supportive and never that, you know, it was never, I mean, they loved music, so. Yeah, that was a little bit on me and, you know, a little bit of, you know, brainwashing I was getting elsewhere, but. Well, here's a complete in-box for the North American version. Sorry, had this up for a second. Now, this thing is going to fetch a pretty penny for you. We'll get to that in just a bit. If you have it, it'll fetch one. Otherwise, it'll cost one. It also comes with this EarthBound Player's Guide. And you'll notice this box is pretty big. Check this out. Yeah, so there's our Player's Guide. We looked at that the other day. It's 135 pages. And it's like an instruction booklet and then goes into a full strategy guide. I guess because at that time, you know, JRPGs weren't nearly as popular in North America, and they felt, and maybe correctly, that if this thing was gonna, you know, succeed, some people are gonna have to be hand-walked through it. You know, baby's first RPG. This is a pre-Pokemon era. Here's another shot of that complete inbox setup with that, you know, Player's Guide. Now, so most of the prices I was seeing were way less than this, but I think some folks are just swinging for the fences because we've got a $14,999 auction up right now. If you guys are into it, you can you can, if you got $15,000 just lying around, you know, maybe check the couch cushions, you can get yourself the complete in-box. I saw a lot of versions for a lot less, so I don't. Yeah, this isn't even sealed. I don't. Yeah, no, yeah. Aspirational. Yeah, right. Well, you have to dream it to achieve it, you know. Now, okay, a lot of folks, of course, may have this through the SNES Mini or through other means. Also, not coincidentally, EarthBound is one of the most. It's one of those like really common pirated games, and anytime I spend in spaces where people ask like, is this game real or is this a counterfeit, whatever, I see a few EarthBound copies come through from time to time, just because it is, I mean, it's so expensive, so a lot of money to be made for, you know, doing a fake copy. You know, ooh, but yeah. Woo, 15K. Now, honestly, it's a yeah, Conker's Fur Day, Bad Fur Day is another one like that. Very commonly counterfeit. It's a bit of a miracle that this game ever even released. I mean, it was scheduled to release in 1993. Early 93. It finally came out in August of, that should say 94, excuse me. Let me fire this producer. No, 94. There you go. So they had scheduled this thing for January 1993. Took them well over a whole year after that to get it out. And apparently this development was quite problematic. The project almost got scrapped on several occasions until the God Gamer himself, Satoru Iwata, bless him, all right, joined the team and you know, came on board. Apparently, I think both helped to salvage the project a little bit and to sort of I don't know, I put minds at ease back at Nintendo, who I think kind of wanted to pull the plug on this thing. That's cool that you have one, Rotes. I'd be interested how much you paid for that Conker's one.
The package for red featured Charizard, and the package for green featured Venusaur. The package for red featured Charizard.
Okay.
And the package
Iwata
for
has, he
green
just wants to keep
featured
saying that same thing
Venezuela.
over and over again.
The package for
Well,
red
anyway,
featured
here he is. Here's a
Charizard.
real life picture of
And the
Satoru
package for
Iwata.
green featured Venezuela.
Man, I miss this guy.
The package for red featured
We miss you,
Charizard.
Iwata-san.
And the package for green featured Venezuela.
I'm sad I was in a bit of a gamer
package for
hiatus
red
during some of your
featured
time at the top
Charizard.
of Nintendo,
And
but
the package
I
for
definitely
green
reap the rewards of you
featured
being
Venezuela. The package for
being there.
red-
Okay, thank you. You can stop saying that now. I definitely reap the rewards of you, you know, saving as many games as you did, stepping in to salvage a doomed project. Now, the first thing that you might learn about this game is it's different. I think that comes through in whatever your first way of encountering EarthBound is, whether it's the interesting box art, the crazy ad campaign, which I wanted to talk a little bit more about, but in North America, they used an ad campaign with the slogan, "This game stinks." And they used that and some like little plays on that, the game stinking, across a few different ads. And that's sometimes blamed for at least part of why this thing was a total commercial flop here in North America, sadly. But yeah, you know, it's a very quirky game. I mean, just yesterday when we were looking at that player's guide, and I noticed these little figurine looking things. Like I love this aesthetic here. Now, I also think something like this could have been part of why, you know, it didn't really hit that well in North America. I think at this time, you know, I think this could look cutesy to the folks that are old enough to play this game and enjoy it, like enjoy some of the more mature themes, you know. I think in North America, some of the way that this game was advertised, gamers didn't really know what they're getting, and maybe it was a little ahead of its time with that aesthetic in some ways. I'm kind of feeling that with what I'm seeing. Unlike a lot of the JRPGs that I and many others are used to, this game is set in a modern world with modern problems and modern solutions. Like the baseball bat. You know, Ness uses a baseball bat to knock the shit out of enemies. It's a lot of simple, you know, everyday items and objects. We've got our ATM card already. You use a telephone to save. You know, it's pretty sweet, and I don't know. There's so much of this that I don't know yet. I'm almost at the sudden guts pill. All right, nice. Yeah, it's different, right? It's not set in that high fantasy setting that you get with a lot of other JRPGs, right? It's often like a fantasy or getting into like a bit of sci-fi or kind of a mix between the two. No, we get baseball bats in this one. Now, at least Ness and maybe some other folks. Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying it so far, Ichigo. Yeah, refreshing is a good word, I think. I don't hate that setting that many JRPGs hit. I think that's part of why 7 was so successful in North America, was also getting into that kind of a blend of that high fantasy medieval with dystopian sci-fi stuff. But it's cool when something comes around and it's refreshing like this, and it was set in modern times. And I think for the time, and honestly, to an extent, I think that's pretty unique. Although I guess games like Persona and other stuff these days kind of, you know, sort of dwell within that similar settings, you know. Yeah, Ness is from Eagleland. I've never heard it pronounced Eagleland. That's all one word, but yeah, Eagleland. A parody of the USA. And for those of you who don't know, this is actually what the Americas looked like in the 1990s with these sweet little, you know, jagged lines here. What a great little aesthetic. Nice and simple. I like the shadow too. Yeah, real satellite picture here of North America in the 90s. And yeah, they've overlaid these fantasy towns on top of it. On it, Forside, Threek, Tucson, Now I noticed that, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, yeah, Smash Bros is coming up in a second. Absolutely. New Pork City. Not seeing New Pork City on this one, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. I think other than what I've learned in the last day or so, having played EarthBound last couple days, most of what I knew was from Smash. Here's his hometown, on it. Yeah. A lot of urban areas, a lot of cityscapes in this game. I mean, I'm guessing New Pork City happens at some point, I think. And yeah, what a hilarious name that one is. I remember having of course I realized it was from EarthBound because of the stage and stuff, but kind of having a bit of like, yikes, you know. What, you know. My New Pork City. Something is on underneath all this stuff. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know what it is. That'll just have to stay. Some element is still up right now under everything else. Oh well. Help. All right. Yeah, a whole lot of cityscapes, you know, urban environments. I've enjoyed just, you know, looking through GIFs and the little bit of time I've spent on it. But it also seems like this stuff is kind of wrapped around in nature too. I mean, there's both, right? City and the beach. Ness hanging out on a bridge. And there was one thing I read just doing the little bit of research I wanted to do without trying to spoil too much, that one pretty sweet aspect of this game is that there's no like hitch or distinction between the overworld, you know, cities and outside other exteriors. You know, it's not like a lot of the Final Fantasies where you're running around on a map and then once you hit a city, then it goes to a totally different setting. It's seamless. You're just walking around your world, and your world takes you, you know, seamlessly through towns, through other environments as well. Nature and nurture. Now, if you think this game is too quaint, right? If it looks too cute, well, yeah. This is in the game's intro, and before I'd ever even played it, before I'd even played the game, just this preview playing on my SNES Mini. It happened one time when I was working on something else, and I'm just hearing the intro for this, which sounds scary as shit. And I just remember being like, what the, you know, looking over and I'm seeing this, you know, that intro scene. Rotes, thank you, buddy. No problem at all, man. Yeah, rest well, and yeah, thanks for hanging out. Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, thank you. And take care, and have a good one, man. But yeah, this, I got an SNES Mini. Cab Nemo, but not like a Austin Powers Mini, if that's what you're asking. I don't think I'm cool enough to rock the Mini Cooper. Yeah, so I mean, you've got this intro here to set the tone for what's going to be a game that is both cute in some ways, and then in other ways, you know, I apparently goes to a really trippy and yeah, dark place at points. You've got an alien invasion. Thanks, Captain Nemo. Thanks, buddy. I need to... That's my Captain Nemo bot popping up in the chat to compliment here. Make me feel good. Thanks, man. Happy Wednesday. It's good to see you. We're just talking about... the game kicks off right at the beginning. Within minutes of starting this game, you even like while you're lying in bed, I guess you hear the crash, huh? Or so it's kind of the very beginning of this game. A meteorite crashes. That kicks off the whole story. In fact, we're gonna go back and I think we got to look for the little one there. I'm forgetting their names, Picky and Pokey or something. Actually, I think that's it in the English version. But yeah, we're still at that point. We haven't gone to this, we haven't made it up to where the meteorite is, so we'll do that in a little bit. But that's what kicks off this whole story. I don't know a whole lot after that. But yeah, the character of this game, again, it seems like this game has a lot of heart, and it got this critical reception, you know, like years after its release. It seems like in the early part of the first decade of the 2000s, right, turn of the millennium, this game started to get appreciated on a whole other level, or at least talked about. It started to kind of, its legacy started to shift from this, you know, essentially a commercial flop in North America that was a cult classic into it being a game that is on everybody's lists and grows to even greater heights of cult classic. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but just a little bit of stuff and gifs and things I found. What I know from Smash Bros, seeing that you're fighting new age retro hippies and the trippy stuff in the background. Like, it seems like this is a quirky game, and I think I'm gonna love it. The music right away grabbed me, you know, for sure. Yeah, look at this, right? I think that this is a game that means a lot, has a lot of heart, and is both cozy and goes to a dark and then redeeming places. Seems like it holds a similar place in people's heart for folks who like something like Chrono Trigger, and it's now, nobody has to admit to this, okay? You don't have to admit to this, only if you want to. But again, yeah, raise your hand if you, at least for a time, most of what you knew about EarthBound was only because of Super Smash Bros. Like I said, prior to Smash Bros, I had only seen like a little, I mean, I'd seen the box for EarthBound on sale. None of my friends had it, I don't think, or if they did, they weren't playing it when I was over there. And I remember seeing a little feature in Nintendo Power on just how to beat the Starman boss. And I thought, oh, that looks cool. I want to play that game someday. Never got around to it, so. Well, yeah, I think most of us, it's possible, especially, I mean, I guess no matter what age you are, because a lot of people learn stuff through Smash. All my sister and sister-in-law, you know, their kids and stuff, they're all, they know about as much about retro games as I do. You may also know Ness here, just, yeah, spamming PK Fire. Yeah, let's hear it 3 times. Thank you. All right. And never again. God, killing me with the PK Fire, man. I do remember playing that original Smash and being like, what the fuck is PK? What is PK? Well, anyway, as the Smash games, you know, continue to get become more, you got more info about each of these games. You know, one of the things I love about Smash is it just being an encyclopedia for other games. Little trophies, trinkets, things like that, and yeah, there's a lot to learn. In fact, having never played this game, if you really studied all the stuff in Smash, you would know a shit ton. You know quite a bit. Oh yeah. Now in 2006, EarthBound or Mother 2 got a sequel, Mother 3. You're crazy, right? Came out for the Game Boy Advance. Apparently this was, again, kind of a difficult development. It started on the Nintendo 64. It eventually found its way to the Game Boy Advance and was released late in the Game Boy Advance life, in its you know, lifetime. And Nintendo was already gearing up for the DS, and they decided not to ever do an official release. So I guess this game doesn't have an official translation or an official release. But there's a really popular fan translation out there that a lot of people have recommended. And I guess it's been for years, well, I was going to say a joke. To some, a joke, and to others, dead effing serious that like they're looking for any clues that Mother 3 will get released or that another Mother game would come out. Another Mother. But yeah. Anyway, I haven't played this one. I have got my hands full here first with this one. We got to get through Mother 2 and slash EarthBound. We'll do it eventually. Yeah. In fact, we're going to play it today. So that'll be fun. Well, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot more I wanted to talk about with this. I wanted to talk more music, but I figured I want to get more into the game and I can just give my own. And we could just break that down together. That'd be fun. There was a cool video sometime I might put on Discord. I don't want to watch it yet because it could be spoilery, but it was about all the samples used in the music. There's a lot of samples, including some taken from his, the composer's vinyl collection. I think there were 2 composers behind this game. Yeah. I'd like to talk a little bit more about that on another day, and then I think I'd like to go grab some of the promo for this game, especially the North American stuff where they were advertising it with that phrase, "This game stinks." That's a phrase I had no idea was associated with EarthBound until only somewhat recently, like the last couple months. And I had been seeing that phrase everywhere, including Nick, who's here in the chat often. He had named a stream once or twice like "This stream stinks" or something like that, and I just like didn't catch the reference. I was like, oh, that's a mean thing to say, you know. Oh yeah. Now I know. So if you ever see "This something stinks," that's how they tried to advertise this game in North America. So it's a little wonder that it didn't exactly take off. Yeah, they went for something edgy and it doesn't seem like it really hit. But that's going to be it, guys. That's it for the good old days. That's our little nostalgia tour. Thank you guys for watching. I like to do these from time to time. I'll usually try to be more comprehensive, but again, I'm doing a book report on a book I've only just cracked open, so yeah. We'll do a little post-mortem once we finish this game. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. That's fun. I love that stuff. All right, give me a second. I need to get my monitors set up. How are we doing on time? You know what? Maybe I'll take, just for my own sake, I'll get just a quick little break here so I can sort of get reset. And get the monitors set up here. I'll go ahead and get the drinks refilled. Get that first little break, and when we come back, we're going to be playing some EarthBound. This meteorite just crashed, and I mean, we're minutes into this game, just minutes. So we got a long way to go. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you, well, for a few minutes. That's, man, this sounds final. I'm going to take a break, guys. Give me just a couple minutes to reset and get out of the good old days mode. When we come back, we'll fire up some EarthBound. All right, BRB.
Ken?
Game Freak ran out of money and couldn't continue.
I didn't think I'd ever need to tell you this.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I had no idea that a couple of songs were playing on top of each other. I couldn't see it on, or I couldn't hear it on my end, and then I looked down and saw the 2 meters. Yeah, so my bad. I left you on an audio cacophony. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, welcome back, guys. We are here to get some EarthBound rolling. I'm gonna kick that thing off right now, in fact. But yeah, we'll ease into this game. How you guys doing? How's your week? Happy Wednesday. Let me drop in. No. Go here. Thank you. This is the good old days. All right. All right. Boom, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. 1 second. Can't hear the game, huh? All right, here's what we're gonna do. This should work.
That is not a toy.
Sorry about that. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Ah, dang it, Bobby.
All right, let's get into this game. Let's play some EarthBound. EarthBound and down. Where can I be? Let me adjust. I want to be kicking back. I love that intro. Cool little percussion. All right, we're going to continue, although I would be a liar. I'd be a liar if I didn't admit that I feel that I transgressed a little against one of the characters in this game back on Monday. I named one of the characters her, and it was more of a word play because it had said name her too on the screen. And, you know, it's like, okay, her. And, you know, yeah, that almost feels, I'm like, damn. I from time to time, I was like, wait, who was that character? But maybe we'll get a chance to change the name later. If not, we'll just stick with it. Maybe it's like the movie Her, you know, that was set in the not too distant future, had a bunch of people falling in love with their AI. It turns out we wouldn't have to wait until whatever year that movie was set in. Bum, bum, bum. Have some disintegrating gum. Yeah, I took a sip of something and was like, what the hell? All right, we're back home. So let's have some bread, our favorite. Pokey, you're telling me Pokey wouldn't just like gobble up that bread? Also, I love Pokey's sprite. This like, He looks like a Wojak. All right.
I'm gonna give you 55 straight.
Maybe I'm too under the yellow lights here. Looking too tan. I certainly am not. I'm white and irritated. Those are like my two main shades. Pale and inflammation red.
I don't give a fuck about these cameras.
Let's fight this snake. Rico barked. Kill this thing. Rico growled and lunged forward. I like that the coil snake just becomes tame. We don't actually, you know, kill the thing. Offense went up by 2. Vitality went up by 1. IQ went up by 1. I like that little level up sound there. That's fun. Some really pleasant sounds in this game.
Mama.
Watch out for the angry dog. That's a cool little fight scene. You engage the... All right, here we go. Let's fight you. So I have no... Oh, I do have Psi. Life up. Oh, okay. Right, so probably like an HP heal of some kind. The music is too good. We've equipped the cracked bat. It's not doing a whole lot. Right now, Rico, I think, is doing all of our fighting, but... Use Parv. Oh no, Parv is attacking. It's just Parv and this bat are not so great right now. I like that Pokey just keeps using me as a shield. Nice. You won. Oh, also, sorry to anybody on Twitch. I wrote the correct, like, this was probably not even noticed by more than one or a couple, but like, something got screwed up with the go live notification. I had written something and then, you know, it's a situation where going on restream and stuff, I don't know what happened. It ended up reverting to an old one, and I was like, no, I know I've changed this in both systems, but somehow must have screwed it up. We got this snake waiting for us. We did learn life up, which I could probably wait a little bit on. Maybe one more fight. Fuck you, snake. Let's go, Coiler. Coiled around me and attacked. Oh crap, he's got us in a wrap. Four HP of damage to Parv. The way that everything sort of got blurry there is so sweet. This cool background too. Take out the snake. There you go, Reek. You won. I love these backgrounds. Very nice. All right. Wasn't the... There's the meteorite, and there's his little brother, huh? Okay. Hey, Parv. I was too busy to investigate, but I heard a child's voice on the hilltop. I'm a busy man, but when I do a job, I do it well. Sorry there, I missed your last line. I'm a busy man, but when I do a job, I do it well. I'm a man's man. Isn't that right, kid? All right. Nobody manning the barricades. Oh, the dog is not liking this. If I knew this was going to be such a scary place, I wouldn't have come along. I'm out of here. I love that. The dog's like...
Well, we all are going to die.
This music. What a scene. So we've got his little brother, I suppose. And then you've got this, someone called it a supreme pizza. Maybe a meat lovers. Who am I to argue? Plant-based meat lovers. Caution. There are still lots of fires burning here and there. It's hot. So the thing is radioactive or something, right?
What the hell's this? You can't... What the hell's this?
You okay, kid? Nah. What? Oh. You woke me up. Pokey. I've been looking all over for you. You see, Pokey got scared and ran away. Pokey. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that you're okay at least. Let's go home now. I bet Mom and Dad are worried sick about us. Geez, sometimes I wonder which one of us is the real big brother. Picky joins you. All right. We've got the little brother or big brother. Picky and Pokey. That's just cute as hell.
I think that tofu saved my life.
Parv, do you hear a buzzing that sounds like a bee flying around? I do hear the pew, pew. Let me see where the volume is for you guys. I haven't been watching it that closely. The thing is, it's certain things are really high and yeah, so that's going to be the peaks there. All right, I'm going to keep it about here. Yeah, it's faint, but it's in there. Yes, you can hear it. Damn. It is. A bee, I am. Not. I'm from 10 years in the future. Oh, this music was in one of the playlists I grabbed for, you know, more on like the intro page. Sweet. I'm from 10 years in the future. And in the future, all is devastation. Damn, just 10 years. Loving it so far, man. Kikas, the universal cosmic destroyer, sent all to the horror of eternal darkness. Universal cosmic destroyer sent all to the horror of eternal darkness. Damn.
Video game trauma.
However, you must listen. Where I am from, There is a well-known legend that has been handed down from ancient times. It says, when the chosen boy reaches the point, he will find the light. When the chosen boy reaches the point, he will find the light. I'm going to take notes. Oh, is this going to screw it up? It did. It'll be easy to fix. Sorry, 1 second. Bum, 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 bum. For whatever reason, it yeah, just switching between monitors sometimes it will kill the feed. Must be the aliens.
You dumb son of a...
I wanted to take a note. When the chosen boy reaches the point, he will find the light. The music went down, huh? It's building back up. I'm not sure, actually. The passing of time will shatter the nightmare rock and will reveal the path of light. Damn. Is this not be to be believed? Kind of forgot about the whole camera thing.
Oh!
You see, it is my opinion that you are that boy, Parv.
Oh!
This, I believe. Gigas's monstrous plan must have been set in motion somewhere on Earth. If you start to confront the enemy immediately, you may have time to counter the evil intentions of Gigas. 3 things are of the utmost importance: courage, wisdom, and power. Wisdom, courage, and friendship. These are going to be our core values in this game. Just taking a little note here. Core mother 2 values, colon, space, wisdom, comma, courage, comma, and friendship. Yeah. I love a good Oxford comma. Wisdom, courage, and friendship. The legends from the ancient times tell of 3 boys and a girl who defeat Gigas. I will tell you more later. Go now, and do not be anxious about the future. You have much work to do, Parv. I don't know if it's... Although it sounds like a bee buzzing, I don't know what its voice is. We'll work on that. I may never talk to this thing again. Might get swatted soon. I listened and I took notes. Thank you for listening to my long story. You are as exceptional as I expected you to be. Oh, thank you.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Buzz now joins you. Okay. All right, Buzz. Well, I think you should talk as if a bee anthropomorphic cartoon bee might talk. Parv, it looks like you're really in a lot of trouble this time. Parv, it looks like you're really in a lot of trouble this time. You know. All right, let's wet our whistles. Let's anyway. That's the best response to what was that wording? You know, like, something along the lines of like destroying the cosmos, or you know. You're really gonna get it. 3 boys, he said. I'm not one of those 3, am I? Cause I'm not into this kind of thing at all. Jeez, my heart is almost pounding right out of my chest. Yeah, that was a very Parv-centered speech, wasn't it? Ness, I should say. I'll refer to him as Ness whenever, you know. It's a very Ness-centered speech. Hey, nobody's messing with us right now.
That is a disgusting act.
What does this guy know? Something to tell me and me alone. You can't say it in front of these 2 dipshits? Treasure Hunter, this is Lear X. Forgot about Lear. His name, Lear X. Agarit's house. Exaggerate. Okay. Took me to the second playthrough, or second day, I should say. All right, lyrics. Lyrics and Lear exaggerate. Lyrics? Exaggerate. That one's got it all. That could be a twofold pun. All right, buzz. I don't think. I like their little bowl cuts. This game really is it really is pretty. Look, it's looking good for you guys too. I'm just enjoying the trees here. I know you can't go this way. I just wanted to. Although who knows? Maybe this is where you guys hide the medallions. Thanks, man. Yeah. It's been a long time, Buzz. You've been successful at foiling Master Gigas's plans. Oh, holy shit. Took me a second to see what it actually... I saw the flash, but I didn't notice the new sprite there. Wow. Hello. Okay, well, this little thing that looks a lot like what I know a Starman to look like has stopped us, and Buzz. You've been successful at foiling Master Gigas's plans. But, Buzz, you must now surrender. You're no longer a hero, but just a useless insect. I'll stop you hard.
Dang!
Starman Jr., block the way. Starman Jr., huh? Wonder what that was that I was seeing in Nintendo Power. I think it was like a trio of these. Maybe different, some were different colors. Yeah, the only PSI we have is the recover right now, yeah. Sweet. Alright, well, bash. Something tells me we're not, cracked bad isn't gonna do much. Well, thanks for the psychic shield. There you go, Picky. Pokey complained to Parv. It's great. made it disappear is just a strange way of like wording that. But I get it. Apologize profusely. Please, sir, please, no, it's not my fault. It's Parv over here. He got us into this. He's always sticking his neck out, or sticking his nose where it doesn't belong.
Oh, wow!
Please. Really glad we have psychic shields. Moki apologized profusely.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
The music is wild. It's so cool. We're doing damage to this guy, huh? But our psychic shields are quite strong. Poke, yeah. I didn't do anything. Thank God for our psychic shields. I'll try to fight him a couple more turns. Let's make sure I'm not supposed to like run away or something. Oh, hey. There you go.
So long, Bowser.
Yeah, go back to wherever you're from. Woo! I was taking a big chance there. He came from 10 years in the future to kill me, so we can't relax yet. From now on, you'll be fighting enemies sent by Gigas, as well as humans who have evil thoughts. They'll definitely make trouble during your adventure. I had no idea time travel was a thing. That's sweet. Animals are also becoming violent due to Gigas' influence over the evil in their minds. Hence these dogs and snakes just aggressively attacking, you know? Gigas is manipulating their minds, poisoning their spirits.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna go deaf listening to this, but at least I'm listening to this going deaf, you know? It is the truth, so listen. Buzz Buzz, I've been listening. Let's talk to Mom real quick. You're hungry already? Why don't you have some bread? What about the other one? Pokey and picky, right? I don't want to go out anymore. I don't care if everyone thinks I'm a stubborn mutt. Let's save. I mean, we gotta take the kids back to their place, I guess, but go ahead and save now. Thanks, Dad. Okay, it tells you, yeah, how far you are from the next level. Your dear old dad was also thinking about hitting the hay for the night. Thanks, Dad.
Give me a hell yeah!
Mm-hmm. Still just hearing the... So I think we're supposed to take, you know, the kids back to their place, but we would just walk around for a bit. Oh, it's my line now. Oops. What do you want me to do? Oh, okay. Okay, so she can keep items. I guess cookies are probably, yeah, HP, huh? I love having Buzz hanging out. Oh, go back to your room for just 1 second.
Congratulations!
Nothing else to do inside. All right, here it is. Let's exit. I'm gonna go take these kids home. I'm only slightly distracted because I could have sworn that not that long ago I had my window cracked slightly and I heard someone saying to shut up, and I wasn't 100% sure, but about to end up on live stream fails for you know, telling somebody to go fuck themselves because I'm inside my own apartment right now. You hear like, I just totally screw it up, and you know, then you hear like, ah. I come back, stream's over, guys, sorry. Wow, here we are at Pokey, and what's the other kid's name? Shit. Hi. Where in Sam Hill have you boys been? I'll have to think of a suitable punishment. This is just your typical American family. I love it. I'm really sorry that my kids troubled you so much. Both of you are really gonna get it now.
I didn't think I'd ever need to tell you this.
America's wonderful.
Both of you are really going to get it now. And they just run to the room. Oh shit. By the way, I would be happy if you left sometime soon. I'm tired of your family living next door. Okay.
You suck.
We've loaned your father a lot of money. It may have been $100,000 or more. We've loaned your father a lot of money. Maybe it have been $100,000 or more. Holy shit. Well, I guess it really could have been less. Well, because of the loan, my family and I now live in poverty. My husband is much too lenient with the children. Oh well, nice guys finish last. That's the story of our life. That's the story of our life. This music's great. Ah, I think it's a dung beetle. I'll smash your guts out. No, she struck Buzz. I'm not even gonna bother talking to them. Ah, gasp. I was much weaker than I thought. So, you must now begin your adventure. No. Buzz.
Mother!
You must now begin your adventure. See you. This is sad. No, don't die on me. I don't want to hit the next button.
Strong men also cry.
Oh, I just remembered. Listen to my final words. To defeat Gigas, your own power must unite with the Earth's. Then I'm going to write that down. I love this music. Is this Buzz Buzz theme? Buzz Buzz. Buzz Buzzes. One second. All right. The Earth will then channel your power and multiply it. Thank you. There are 8 points that you must visit. Make these places your own. I like that phrasing there. Each of these locations is your sanctuary. Okay, apparently I was way off on that one for the keyboard. That's really funny. If you want to see my notes here. My shorthand. It is heavy, man. What just happened? Oh, another Wednesday logo. Thank you. Damn it. Why is that happening? I like that phrasing. Yeah, make these places your own. Each of these locations is, quote, your sanctuary. Gonna be thankful for that, because it seems like this situation is kicking off hot. Devin, what's up and welcome. One of them is near on it. It is called Giant Step. Go there first. Do you understand? Poor Buzz Buzz. Man.
So sorry I died.
I do understand. All right. You are a very intelligent young man, and oh, the pain. Everything is getting dark.
Thou hast slain me. Oh, untimely death.
Before I pass on, I want to give you something. It is the Sound Stone. You can record the melodies from the 8 your sanctuary locations. Soundstone is for recording the melodies of the 8 sanctuary. Okay. I am taking notes. Yeah, welcome Devin. Yeah, I'm in the thick of it here. First time playing this game. Yeah, writing some notes down. Really enjoying the atmosphere of this game. Hope you're doing well. It is an awesome item. By the way, I'm almost gone. But did you want to hear this story one more time? I'll say yes just to see. Oh, okay. All right. That's great. Earth will channel your power and multiply it. Yep. Wow, this is heavy. It is heavy, man. We're doing this for the Earth. Hey, Tater. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello to you and happy Wednesday. Oh, well, there's a little lore behind it. Yeah. It takes one of my names and then adds "ater" onto the end of it. As in like the one who parvens. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because like I don't know where it came from, but I don't know if I originated it or if it was, because it's all like blurring together, but my dad taught at the high school that I went to, and some students there called him the Parvinator, and I think prior to that I had thought of it or it had come up before, and so he got called Parvinator, I got called Parvinator by just a few folks. So yeah, it was Parvinator Senior, who his title. So yeah, the one I guess the one who parvens, or yeah. Honestly, it's working well. It's helping me with the helping me pull off the sunglasses lately. I'll take it. And I just watched Terminator 2 like 3 weeks ago or something, and I still can't sleep. Still thinking about the robot apocalypse.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. What about Tater Tutor? I'll get a little dialogue, and I want to hear some Tater Tutor lore. One of them is near on it. It is called Giant Step. Go there first. Do you understand? Yes. Okay, Buzz, you may pass away if you need to. You are a very intelligent young man, and... Oh, the pain. Everything is getting dark.
Well, we all are going to die.
Oh, untimely death.
Before I pass on, I want to give you something. It is the Soundstone. Yes, I said that one earlier. I forgot, it's like a two-parter. And then we can let him die. We don't want to hear the story one more time. Good. It's already dawn outside, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm fading fast. There. Oh, man. Parv got the Soundstone. I don't want it, man. I want Buzz. I don't want the Soundstone. I don't want the Soundstone.
Is he dead?
R.I.P. Buzz. Seems like Buzz was one of the best. One of the best there ever was. That shield didn't fail one time in that fight, and he just kept boosting it. So R.I.P. Buzz, yeah. Rest in pizza pasta. If that's what Buzz is into, it's a good place for something that's not a B to end up, all you can eat. My husband is very soft-hearted. Oh, I know. I just saw him running, chasing the kids up to the room to give him some hugs and kisses. I'm so tired. Nag. Hey, kids, you okay up here? My dad really got after me. Oh, dang. I think his dad beat him. Said I could get no dessert for the rest of the decade. Oh, Tater said, here it is. Thank you. Tater said, bip. My tiny little dog's name is Tater Tot. That's right. And she toots. Yep. I saw it cute. Is she a little Chihuahua? Some kind of Chihuahua mix. I saw a really cute one today when I was jogging. It was just like, you're so tiny. But it was really enjoyable. It was like out there, just its little legs, just like. Nice. It's funny. It's been a Chihuahua day. That's great. Today I was thinking about the original like Taco Bell. I think it may have been the original Yo Quiero Taco Bell commercial that has, it looks like, you know, it's in a setting like Spanish Harlem or something, you know, you've got the fire escape or something, and the dog is like running up the staircase. Yeah, oh, that's hilarious. Tater's a lookalike. Yeah, gets to at one point, like, goes past a window of a little lady chihuahua, you know, who thinks maybe it's her lucky night, and this is her Romeo coming up, and he goes right past her, and next thing you know, he's speaking the words "Yo quiero Taco Bell," and next thing you know, I mean, the world would change forevermore. Little Tater. Do, 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 do. That's cute. That's really cute. Little tater dogs. I like tater dog versus, you know, I don't know. I'm not a big wiener dog fan. You know, all dogs are beautiful. ADAB. But, you know, I'm not a big, I'm not a big wiener dog fan. A lot of them are super aggro, and like, they just don't like other people rolling, you know. There were some that like lived in this house next to us, and it was just nonstop yapping, and they had a little electric, like a little invisible fence set up with the shock collars and stuff. And I don't know if those things were really that dialed in at that point, you know, but these poor little things would come aggressively at us and then start like, oh, looking all sad on their way back, you know. At some point they would get shocked, and they're, you know. And this was like an everyday occurrence. Like, I don't want to look at the meteorite anymore. He's like, this is getting really heavy. My dad really got after me. He said I get no dessert for the rest of the decade. All right. So these kids are clearly abused by their parents. That sprite kills me. They have a pretty sweet little upstairs. No separation for the bedroom, I suppose, but Dad's like, you don't get a door.
I don't know why I said the things I said.
I'm so tired. Nag, nag, nag. My husband is very soft-hearted. Ah. I like that they told us to move, too. This family sucks.
This is where the fun begins.
Wow. He did tell us that the sun was coming up. R.I.P. Buzz Buzz. What a pretty. This is just the colors here are crazy. So vivid. I gotta take off the sunnies for this one. Sweet. Instant migraine. Yeah, here we are. We're outside. Yeah. I have some regrets about some of those names. You know, Paula. Sorry, Paula. You're just her. But it told me to name her too. You engaged the spiteful crow. These spiteful crows. It's a spiteful crow. Tell me what you know. I'm strong enough to look away from the screen on that one. It's tasty cold brew.
I am a Jedi, like my father.
Parvinator Senior. Strike up the band. Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Okay, get ready for an instant memory. Look at the camera. Ready? Say Fuzzy Pickles. Nice. Hit him with the V sign. Wow, what a great photograph. It'll always bring back the fondest of memories. Goodbye. All right, I appreciate already sort of yeah, how surreal this game is, and I'm just imagining someone playing him, like just some dud playing it, and just like everything that I'm just like, oh, it's just funny and quirky, or like, you know, just being like, wait, what the fuck? That guy just like came down from the top and like then just like went somewhere, you know, and just like disappeared back up. That, oh, this game is weird. Versus, oh, that dude just spun from the top down and then back up. Like, this game is weird. Oh, you're back. Don't bother yourself with talking now. You'll look too tired. Mothers understand these things. Eat some bread and scoot on up to bed. I don't know if I needed the bread in bed, but I'll take it. The Big Amazing Adventure. This music sounds... This melody sounds very similar to something. Da, da, da. That sounded terrible. Goodbye. I'm checking your drawers. I like your little pink room. That's cute.
It's all about the game.
Hey, doggy. The dog was out of there. Look at this cute dog sprite. So earlier when we went up to the meteorite, the dog was just... Yeah. Just was like, I'm out. I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to go out anymore. I don't care if everyone thinks I'm a stubborn mutt. This dog is traumatized. South to the suburbs of Onnet. Let me think on it for a little bit longer, Nick, because that melody is very familiar. There's two things that I'm thinking of. The first thing I thought was an English song, but, you know, or at least, you know, English vocals. And then I started tossing it over my head a little bit more, and it sounds similar to this ex-Japan song that I remember. I had an ex-Japan phase. I mean, I'll still put it on every now and then, but yeah. I don't think that's what it is. But like I said, that wasn't my initial impression. I know sometimes people talk about Mother 3, saying that, you know, its music would be another reason why the game wouldn't come out worldwide, but music seems like something that could, you know, I don't know that would keep, well, I guess it just depends on, I mean, who knows, Shigesato Itoi could say like, no, it's gotta have that, that's part of it, or something, but, yeah, it's cool stuff. Yeah. Oh shoot. You know what? I've been back through this area like a lot. He was mentioning something about going south. Oh. Hi, Snake. Let me see if I can go sort of up and to the right and back down some. At least we have a way to get some MP back.
Mother.
Do, do. What? Okay, I'm curious about the theme. You can tell me what it is, Nick. I think, especially with other music coming at me, I probably won't get it tonight, you know? Hard to think of one song when you're hearing others. Yeah, I was saying earlier, some music apparently gets used in Mother 3. Just basically lifted straight. Bah! From elsewhere. Call back to a Mother 1 song. Interesting. Yeah, you know what I did? I did play a little bit of Mother. I did it at the end of a stream one time. So yeah, maybe it sounds familiar from that, or it's been in other things, you know. That's funny. A vocal version of it, huh? Jeez. Oh, baby. Offense went up by 3. Guts up by 3. To what extent do people try to game the, you know, will folks like save just before leveling up or something to try to game the roll there? Here we are in town, huh? Actual town, not just up there where our little house was. Cool. Can I read this thing? Maybe not. Now wait a minute, youngster. I could give you a great hint for just 35 bucks. You'd like a hint, wouldn't you? Don't you understand? This is how I make my living. I just can't give you a hint, kid. A hint for free. So you're telling me you don't want a hint. You're either awfully confident or 35 bucks is too much to pay. Anyway, a young man like you is very unusual these days. If you happen to need a hint, come on back. I'm here all the time. Everybody's like, wow, Ness, you're like a... You're so smart and cool and can't believe you're just a little kid.
Mother.
Hello. When you're in trouble, do you think you'd ever like to have a hint? Why don't you get a hint from the next house? Mommy. When you're in trouble, do you think you'd ever like to have a hint? What if I say no? Alrighty then, you're on your own. Good luck. I like that the hint guy also has a guy next door that basically just works to, anyone that enters his home, he's like, what are you I know, you're looking for a hint. I know it happens all the time. I feel like that's this guy's not so subtle hint to get the hell out of his house and you have the wrong house, you know? Like, You look so helpless. Are you okay? Can I read the sign? Good and strong, the kids have on it. B.H. Perkle. Oh, I love B.H. Perkle. Huge fan. I wonder what this was on this I love blank shirt. A truck just went by. Sweet. The arcade is full of sharks. I can't play there. I'll take them on. No problem here at all. You just have a truck trying to run you down now. So the burger shop. It'd be really nice if you left now. Yeah. Please. Here's a hint. Don't walk into strangers' homes. Read signs before you walk into a building. Hello, may I take your order? Smile, smile. What can I get for you? This music. Man, they got it all, huh?
I'm staying. I'm finishing my coffee.
You know what? While I'm thinking about it, that's in the caffeine folder, and this does not have Macho Man's, one of my favorite caffeine-related drops that I use, which is Macho Man saying cup of coffee in the big time. So, I gotta find that real quick. This is important stuff. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be loud as hell, I think.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee, man, yeah.
There it is. Not bad.
Stop on by. I'll make you a cup of coffee. See you later.
Good hints all around. Have a nice day. I like the sprite work in this game. It feels unique. I think some of it is just, I'm not used to seeing so many of these like small RPG style short sprites, you know? It's fun. Boom, boom.
Cup of coffee, man, yeah.
Can you hear it, Nick? Hopefully it's coming through. Yeah. I love this music. Wednesday? Why did you pop up again? Oh, nice, nice. Oh, cool, cool. That's funny.
Cup of coffee, man.
Cup of coffee, man. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Would you like fries with that shake? It's an insane... Macho Man had a bunch of insane promos that he would do, where he appeared highly caffeinated, including one that I saw the other day with another insane... This one was somehow even like more visibly stimulated than Macho Man, and that's the Ultimate Warrior. And they had a tag team for a little while called... Oh shit, what is it? It's something something Maniacs or I can't, maybe it even is just I can't remember, but it was something Maniacs. Let's see. Oh, was it the Ultimate Maniacs is what they were known as. Yeah. And there's I saw something that came through of the two of them doing a promo about how they're going to whip another tag team's ass, and whew, those boys were lit up. There's a whole lot of coffee.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
You know, when I talk about coffee, that's actually what's happening. You know, that's it is cold brew coffee, but I don't. Oh yeah, right. The ATM card. Yeah, I caught that earlier. That's fun. And I guess right now, maybe Dad has some of my money I'm putting away, too. Drugstore. All right, some stuff to save up for. Nothing we can afford right now other than a baseball cap. That blinking is pretty full on. I may get this baseball cap soon. Let's see what's up. This is probably items here. Okay, cold remedy. Yeah. Okay. Woof woof. I'm Rafini the dog. I'm being possessed by the spirit of the game designer. Ruff. Do you see the window showing HP and PP at the bottom of the screen? When you go to a store that has equipable items, this window will either flash, look normal, or become black. If you are allowed to equip an item, it is stronger, and it is stronger than your current item, the window will flash. There you go. If the item's power is equal to or less than your current equipped item, the window looks normal. It's an interesting way to do it. If you can't equip an item, the window is black. I thought you'd like to know. Now it's time to become a regular dog again. Yeah, here's an ATM. Whoops. Oh yeah, we could take a little money out. Taking it all out. I'm gonna spend a little bit, actually. Well, it'd be nice to see some stats on these things. I'm guessing one more touch of the button would buy it. Maybe I should have saved before this, but we have a cracked bat. Maybe I'll get a T-ball bat or yo-yo. Another kind of weapon, huh? That's pricey, the T-ball bat, but you know what? We have a little money. We probably did a little extra, you know, kind of running around, so. Not yet. Guessing I can sell stuff later. Do you need anything else from me? Yes, actually. I'm gonna buy... I saw that cap. I might do that. Get a defensive item here. I will equip it here, please. I'll equip my hat. I like how he's like, this feels kind of weird. I don't know. I gotta use the RPG lingo. Do you want to equip this in our store, sir? Sorry, I hate saying this to customers, you know. It's... I almost want to like put a little money back in just in case, but I'll just keep what I got for now, you know. Yeah. That's right, yeah. Or I think if it does nothing, yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's the case there, Devin. I might have to get another little break in a second. I'm enjoying this. Seems like it's going to be a fun game to just kind of settle into and relax. Where do I need to go? Here? There it is. Right, that's nice. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's an interesting system, you know. I think sometimes there's a lot to be said for like how an RPG does its menus. This is very unique. I like that you get this quick menu here when you hit B. The most crucial stuff. And I guess this functions as a pause. Oh, I just trampled on the flowers. Flowers in the garden. Okay, I had a gift that has this. The flowers in the garden representative of those in your heart. Treat them both nice. I'm sorry. Just walked right over them. Welcome to beautiful Onnit, the wild flower of Eagleland. I see. That makes sense, yeah. And then once I bought it and then it was better, yeah. I guess then I saw the stat change. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think we can, okay, just sort of, yeah, alright, going, interesting menus here. It's kind of a magic, skills and magic, sort of. Like this guy with dreads here. A girl named Her lives in Tucson. Her mother runs a preschool out of their home. Tucson. I can't remember the name of the school, but I heard hers really special. Why is she special? I forgot to ask. Well. Oh, well. Devin, remind me, do you have much, do you have a lot of experience with this game and the series as a whole? I'm trying to keep it straight on, like, you know, who's played through it. And yeah, I mean, I figured you did since you were able to give hints and stuff, but yeah, you've been through it a few times. And stop trampling flowers on at City Hall. Very cool. That's cool. Yeah. Just been one I've been missing for a long time. Can't see how long the... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get a little break in. We're already over 2 hours. I think I can do that. That's a good little time to go. Oh, yeah. Well, sweet. It's fun. I like it was interesting with Chrono Trigger. It's like a mix of people who have played the game and many times, well, often it was folks who had played it many times, and then folks who was like their first time, or, well, they're watching me, they haven't played it, maybe they've heard good things, and it was funny to have a couple people who popped in and were just like, oh, I gotta play this, you know. Might have a similar thing with this game, you know.
Enjoying my coffee.
We'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to get one more break in, and when we get back, let's go here. Let's go here. When we get back, we'll keep it rolling. And now I know. Media wrong. We got our answer. Sadly, we got our answer. Media wrong indeed. I like that the cartridge is up over this thumbnail right now. You can duck down if you'd like. That'd be cool. All right, guys, I'm going to get a little break. You guys should get one, too. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. BRB. Thanks for hanging.
comedy is subjective. Parvinator.
Hey yo, what is going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Good to see ya. If you're here for Chrono Trigger, well, you're in the wrong place. We finished that game. Well, kinda. We didn't do a new game plus this time around, but I don't know, we might circle back. Who knows? Welcome, guys. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. We're playing EarthBound Mother 2, baby. Oh yeah. Bunch of Mother fans around here.
Mother.
Bunch of Mother's boys. All right. I don't know if it's media right, but it feels so media wrong. Hey, here I am, a different intro page. And here's the game. Those mother lovers. Okay. There's so many, when it comes to, like, you know, musical references. And just trying to find any sound effect or drop or anything that has someone saying mother. There's like a million ways you could go. I'm just now thinking of another one. I'm not going to say it. You'll just have to hear it when it comes out. Do, 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 do. All right, let's get into the game.
Mother.
Yeah. Oh, so I was gonna ask you. I didn't look it up or anything, but I don't know what infiltrating the airship is. Is that a Chrono Trigger reference to a chapter? And like yeah. They start talking about the EarthBound ones down on the surface. No, I'm imagining that's a some show or something, but yeah, I don't catch the reference. Sorry, give me 1 second. Huber, what's up? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hello. Let me get this phone hooked in. I didn't realize I wasn't plugged in. My God. Talking about sound effects. Talking about sound effects, but I'm about to kill the soundboard.
Oh, mother!
Okay. Third game in the Henry Stickmin series. Fourth if you count Breaking the Bank. Interesting. So they reference it in that game, huh? Yeah, I'd be curious as to how it gets brought up. Yeah. It's funny because he's now in a couple places on the soundboard, and you know, yeah, it's. I will say, I had this observation the other day. A lot of focus on, and I know we're playing Mother 2 here, so maybe this is appropriate, but a lot of focus on mom when it comes to Danzig and Danzig-related music. He has that one song that's like, I ain't no goddamn son of a bitch. And I think it's like, in the song, he's like, you know, basically like, hey, don't say that about my mom, is essentially, to my understanding, what the argument boils down to. Is my mom is not a bitch. And it's like, you know, that's one of those things where it's like, hey, buddy, whoa, hey. If I call you an SOB, it has nothing to do with your mom, honestly. Let's be honest here. Okay? And if someone had that reaction, if you called someone an SOB and instead of them just being like, you know what, fuck you, and they were like, don't say that about my mom, you'd honestly be a little bit taken aback, wouldn't you? Like, what? Dude, of course I'm not. You know, it's. That is a good one. That's a good one. I like that one, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like, hey man, come on, you and I both know we're not. Come on, we're not talking about your mother literally here. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's he's hung up on his mom. But you know what? Write about what you know. City Hall is to the east, you know, where the sun rises. Okay, I'm thinking like it's funny, there was something Danzig or Misfits on like one of those early Tony Hawk, I believe. I feel like I'm learning about those bands at about the same time as I'm also discovering through Tony Hawk. Oh shoot, I've got something. Let's see. What's his name? Lenny. I forget. Shit, I forget the band he was in, the big one. Got streamer brain. Too many sound effects.
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more.
There's nobody home. Got a couple of couches, a lamp, and some window shades. I sit here and I sip my lemonade. Alright, let's leave. I don't know that I gotta look up Henry Stickmin. I can say with a lot of confidence that I at least didn't play this, but I wonder if I recognize it. Yeah, okay. Well, yes, I've seen this character. It's funny. Okay. Props to the Henry Stickmin and the Henry Stickmin collection for introducing peeps to EarthBound. There's some other games that reference this game as well. That'd be a fun thing to kind of take a look at sometime. Games that reference EarthBound. I'm afraid to do almost even just what I did. So at the beginning of the stream, if you guys are interested, I did a book report on a book I've only barely cracked open, but I did a good old days stream or a segment on this game and its release and some of the issues it faced, but really just wanted to go kind of surface level because I don't want anything spoiled. Look at these guys. I saw a GIF with these guys. I'm like, what's going on? Nope, and we're fighting.
No conversation.
No conversation, we're just fighting. The Pogo Punk. Yeah, we'll have to turn up the text for these battles. The speed. You can pretty much play the whole game with, or do the important stuff with L, huh? His name is what I call mysteriously questionable. There was a hamburger. Parv took it. Ruh-roh.
These conversations kill.
Mario's mystery meat. Mamma mia. A box came off the deli truck without the label. Mamma mia. What do? Do you serve it to the customers? Toss it away? Put it in the back of the deep freeze until you can figure out what to do with it, knowing that might spoil it? How do you handle Mario's mystery meat? This town is big. There's City Hall, I think, right? Which I still... Oh, that's the hospital. I went past City Hall, but didn't go in. Best hospital care on it. We put your life into operating on you. Wait, we put our life into... Wait, hold on, let me get...
PK fire!
Interesting. So, some of these ROM hacks are just wild. Like the mixing like gameplay with memes and Bush Hospital, the best hospital care on it. We put our life into operating on you. Thank you. I think I read it as your life. Clean, quiet, and beautiful on it. Run by Mayor Perkle. I like Mayor Perkle. It's a great name. I think this may be the City Hall. Yes. How do you get to City Hall? On it, it's very quaint. I'm really in a foul mood. What's got you in a foul mood? Because the mayor doesn't like me. I think I'll just kick back for a while. It may just take me a couple hours to sign this paper. Wow. Working on the clock, huh? Hardly working on the clock. Sponge. Oh. Aren't you, Parv? Is it a school holiday today? Have you done your homework? Remember to brush your teeth before going to bed. Have you been wetting your bed? No, sir. That was a nice series of questions there. Oh man, speaking of a nice series of questions, I'm not going to be able to recall what happened to me very well, just because the speech that was thrown in my direction and the questions directed at me were all very non sequitur, and I think maybe the product of psychosis, but I'm not sure. But I was on a jog, and this guy stops me, and I see him. He's like carrying a cart in an area that's already like it's already kind of rugged terrain. It'd be tough to bring anything up, like. And as I'm already getting past him, he's like, "Oh, I have a question," or something like that. And, I take off, I could hear him, but I wanted to take off the headphones just to be fully aware, and to, took those off, put them around my neck. I was like, yeah, what's up? I'm not excited to stop because I'm in the middle of a jog, I am getting a workout. That's nice. Maybe this guy needs directions, or, I've gotten people lost before, but anyway, I'm already past him. I don't feel like I'm in danger, and I wasn't. But his first question to me was I have a question for you. Was Barbara Streisand ever blonde? And I have to admit, in that moment, I don't think I was prepared to answer the question. And I'm looking around for a second. This guy looks I should have explained it a little bit more. Yeah, he was carrying some kind of like rolling cart or something. He looked, that first glance or whatever, right? Never judge a book by its cover, but he appeared to, maybe be homeless, and, extremely stimulated, possibly. He had like sat down for a little bit as I got closer to him, and he was sort of doing like this, and then I have a question, like that or something. And then, yeah, that first question was Barbara Streisand ever blonde? And I just kind of like, my instinctual reaction was, of course, like, okay, let me yuck it up because this is an absurd question. When I was like, yeah, I think she had a phase. And you know, then he launched into something, another couple things that I was like, okay, right. You know, like it was something instantly into something else. But then after a little bit, I was like, oh, are you a big fan? You know, and I could tell that question, I was like, of Barbara Streisand, and he was like, you know, it was like that. You ask them a question, they're like, huh, what? Sorry, I was too busy talking, you know. It's like I had like snapped him out of whatever he was talking about at the time by, you know, trying to engage with like, oh, are you a big fan of Barbara Streisand? And I was really like, at this point, trying to like I wasn't being sarcastic. It was just like, what's going on, you know? And I looked a couple of times like, is there a camera around here? I couldn't quite see what was in the guy's card or whatever, but he responded to me asking like I was like, oh, like I don't know much, like are you a big fan or something? And he's like I'm a big fan of Emma, and I think he said Emma Stone and not Watson. So I don't know if this was another setup or something, but he was like, I'm a big stan of Emma Watson's, and like it was very fast. Like I'm not going to be able to recreate it because, you know, I'm chilling. All right, it's I've been playing this cozy game. This is I can't work up that level of energy. But yeah, he then asked me like, didn't she go, like what school did she go to? Was it Harvard? Was it Harvard she went to? And I was like, you know, actually, I think I do remember her going to an Ivy League, but I can't say, you know. And he asked, was it Harvard? Was it Harvard? A few more times. And then he proceeded to speak on another couple subjects in about 15 seconds. He started about 3 sentences or so. And yeah. So at a certain point, I was like, hey, man, I got to run, you know. I got it. And he then was like, okay, like was asking more questions you know, at that point, like hadn't processed it. I was like, I gotta go, buddy, I'm out of here. And he's like, oh, okay, you are a Zen master, sir. You are a Zen master. And so I gave him a quick, I was already starting to run, but I turned for a quick, and he said, I said John A. and ran away. Laughing, but yeah, it was fun. So I don't know, probably just the ramblings of a street poet, but there's like a 2% chance that it's gonna be on YouTube. I can't. Well, I'll just say I can't scrap the. You know, when you're in just a very strange situation and you're like, this doesn't feel right. Am I being the butt of a joke right now? There was that, a small degree of that in the back of my head, but I think mostly I was like, no, yeah, we're okay. I know what we're dealing with here. Maybe he did, you know, maybe he did. A fellow traveler on the path, you know. I really, you know, it's like I'll be nice. Yeah, to me, I try to start with like being kind. Start with that and go from there. You know, it's I don't know. From the beginning, I was like, I don't think that I necessarily need to stop and talk to this person. I don't know if they really need help, but I'll stop and see. You know. And it's like, okay, all right, well, I'm not unsafe, so, you know, this is interesting for a little bit, but I actually would like to run, you know? But yeah, anyway.
Mario and Wario.
We don't have any openings for part-time employees at this time. I had this lady... this was when I lived in DC for a little bit, and there was this, it was funny because there was this lady that would often be there and like down the street from where I lived, most mornings, just on the street, kind of like talking very quickly to herself and to anyone who would pass and stuff. And she was like, I think a lot of people like knew her name in the neighborhood and stuff. And a fixture of the community. But it's kind of it's interesting because I would see her on her good and like bad days and stuff, but her thing was like she was really hung up that like Janet Reno, who was the Attorney General quite a long time ago, was going to like be working on this case that she had, and it was this case involving like every political figure of the late 90s and early 2000s, and at this point this is like it's like 2014 or 15 or something that she's talking to me, and like a lot of these figures are gone and stuff, and like she did mention that Obama was working on the case and stuff, and it was like ding, 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 ding. Here we are in City Hall. Anyway, I'll get back to this game in just a bit, but yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, both had, pros and cons. I miss DC in some ways. I really don't miss there being like different administrations that come in and it just being like a total new wave of people all the time like that. Like it's a strange kind of pattern that it only sort of happens in kind of like a political capital, happens in like state capitals and stuff too, but where it's just you do have a wave of people who are only there for that and for a short time. But the way that the city is laid out and the metro and everything was, even though everyone complains about it, dude, I miss that. Just being able to get it pretty much everywhere within a pretty good regional spread, being able to get so many places just by, walking, taking bus or train, It's very convenient like that. It's interesting because it's like small and not as dense as something like New York, but it's still like really it's got some neighborhoods that are really, really charming. And I would jog around the monuments and go to like the Teddy Roosevelt Island in the that's like in the Potomac and stuff. There's like a sort of some paths you can run inside there and stuff, and it was it's interesting because there is a lot of a lot of good parks, a lot of it's a good city like that, and like a good civic. I like what DC has going on at the city level. Even if it gets a bad rep sometimes, it was a very interesting place to live for a little bit. Someone should shut down their gathering places, don't you think? I've started a movement that will stop all of the bad influences on the children of On It. I call it the Fresh Breeze Movement. Yikes. This is her plan to clear the street of all these hooligans.
Are you ready, kids?
You ready for the Fresh Breeze Movement? I'm catching up a bit on the chat here. Sorry. Devin, I missed where you had said I've only played EarthBound and Mother 3. Oh, okay. Nice. Never played EarthBound Beginnings. Yeah, I've played like 10 minutes of that one. So, haven't played it, These sharks, huh? Everybody's after the sharks. A giant ant. One time, a giant step. Giant steps where we gotta go. You didn't mean to do that, did you? These puns are really starting to bug me.
I like your bass.
I'd like to play Mother 3 maybe eventually. Well, let's get through this one first, I suppose. The verdict's out on this game. There's a lot of snakes and stray dogs around on it. And some of them are here in City Hall. Is the mayor going to let them just run around doing whatever they want? I'm here to protest. Hey, dude, I think, yeah, no one else has, of course, no one has any idea that there's anything wrong. They have no idea what's coming. So it's interesting. So Buzz goes back in time. You know, we're already getting a little time travel. Buzz goes back in time 10 years to try to prevent or basically stop it in its, you know, stop this alien invasion early on, I suppose, while it is potentially could be prevented before it gets out of hand. And they're sending people back to take him out. Already got ourselves a Terminator situation. Might have to stop you if you try to see the mayor. The mayor's busting his butt with all the troubles in town, like the Sharks and the meteorite. Hey, are you the guy who's trying to reform the Sharks? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, is that laughter? Okay. You gotta be kidding. Scram. Oh, he pushed us out, that bastard.
You suck.
Have we been everywhere? Aren't you Parv? Is it a school holiday today? Have you done your homework? Yes, we talked to you. I didn't mean to talk to you. It's a thing I accidentally do. I think that's everything. This was the mayor's office. Did we check the third door? I like that sprite. Her necklace. Yeah, okay. Turns out I forget where I'm going when I'm, you know. That's all good. I appreciate, Nick, you had mentioned, like, this is a game you can kind of take your time with. At least don't feel rushed, you know. Yeah, I appreciate that, because, you know, I think some games can be played a little faster. I mean, maybe they're not as dense in terms of text, charm, etc. How long the game is. This feels like one I want to kind of live in for a little bit, talk to people, and I mean, also just the setting of it being this kind of modern, well, not kind of, but this modern setting. It is refreshing. That was a good word for it. Rumor has it that the Sharks boss is hanging out near the giant step. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, man. If one of your friends becomes unconscious, you should visit them at the hospital. You should check with the nurse receptionist and she will release your friend. It's a nice thing to remember, but it's all right if you forget. Thanks. You know, it takes a town, right? It takes a village.
Ah, dang it, Bobby.
Oh yeah, those folks are not home. Hospital is down to our south. Go to Shell.
America has its...
It's got his name wrote in cursive letters on there. It says Goro, which we named him after probably the hardest boss off of Mortal Kombat.
I showed Mortal Kombat off earlier. Nice. I was trying to find a Super NES game earlier to show the comparison between, well, you know, we had the Mother 2 cart and then Mortal Kombat. You know, sorry. A great pairing, these two. That's a night of fun right there, folks. Mother 2. I'd recommend, you know, stepping it up maybe to Mortal Kombat 2, 3, you know. Ultimate Mortal Kombat, maybe. They're all in the same system, so knock yourself out. Or give yourself a fatality, I guess.
I'm gonna give you 55 straight.
I'm glad nothing has attacked us here. In that little spot. I love patient grandma over there who explained how the hospitals work. Ah! The Yes Man Jr. Here's the Yes Man Jr.'s opening attack. Oh yeah, I gotta speed up that text, huh? Keep laughing, dude. Damn. Hang in here. We could use some other characters. Nice.
Picture yourself in a boat on a river.
Sorry, I'm getting a headache. The enemy names are really funny. A bag of fries. Awesome. I saw aging hippie or something that we're going to fight at one point. A new age hippie.
He blew his mind out in a car.
Regrettably, I'm starting to get a pretty bad headache right now. I need to hit this hospital up. The point overlooking the sea has beautiful scenery. It's over that away. Such a beautiful place gets me all choked up. Explain that one more time. Sorry, where was that? Point overlooking the sea. Okay. It's over that away. All right, I imagine to our left. Bush Hospital, the best hospital care and on it. We put our life into operating on you. That's right. I think I missed earlier. It's just called Bush Hospital. I'm heading into the game corner. Damn. Everywhere is crawling with these guys. This music. You know what? I can just eat something. Get to my goods. How much does a cookie? 6 HP. Okay. Let's do another cookie. It was you. You beat up my buddy, didn't you? You'd better just beat it. Yikes. Got an arcade full of these guys. The Pogo Punk. Alright, Pogo Punk. Oh, I have hypnosis. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay. We'll try it on other enemies. Oh, yeah. Used a lot of PP there, but... Goodbye. Became tame. I could have used this one earlier. Oh, shoot. Now that I'm looking down at these corn sounds. Jeez. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, I think they had mentioned earlier something about, yeah, storing additional items, or had the option. So we got these two guys. Alright, let's take on another one. You sounded like a real whiner to me. Don't you get lippy or I'll kick your butt. I see some, these games look awesome too. I see a clear, like, Donkey Kong lookalike. Something that looks like Mario Bros. You know, that looks like a funny combo of Space Invaders plus, like, Galaga or something, you know? Yeah, I always like that being an RPG feature, and different ways of building it into the lore. You know, like ways of doing what are essentially just role-playing, you know, often very classic, just back to D&D and stuff. But like, trying to find ways to explain those mechanics within the universe, within the lore. I don't know, it's cool. Hey kid, do you want to become a member? So far you guys seem like you suck. You attacked me in the streets and, I don't know. The game just ends if you say yes. Guys are nice and easy. All right, well, the way to that room is open now. Let's see what's... Oh, backyard. I'm Frank. You, come on, can't you at least say your name? Little classic rock and roll. Bam. He is brandishing a knife. I don't want to perish here. Shit. He got me. Parv! Looks like you got your head handed to you. So how about giving it another shot? Parv decided to return after summoning all the courage and energy he had. Good luck. Alright, well, first one down. Yeah, I should have, made sure I was good to go before that battle, I suppose, but... He packs a punch. So we're back here at home. Need to heal up still. Eat some bread. Well, that guy's pretty rough. I'll need to be better prepared. I came in with, I think, 40 or less HP at the time, because I don't know if I did anything right. I don't know if I got hurt in that battle just before that one, but... Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. That's why you role play, you know? That's what it's all about, guys. And I learned a lesson. That guy is tough. don't think I'm quite ready for that one. Okay, well, everything is still here. Same levels and stats and everything. Just looks like we got warped back home. Cool. That's what I thought was happening, but just wanted to make sure. Lost some money. Lost half of our money, I suppose, huh? Do-do-we-do. We could head towards the beach as well. That's something I hadn't done yet. I got a lot of info. That's great. You borrow maps for nothing. Oh, well. Don't mind if I do.
Mother.
Hello. Hi. Kids can borrow only maps at this library. Do you want to borrow one? That's the only thing kids can borrow. Sorry, just a map. If you're not here for a map, you know. You gotta hit the pavement, kid. On it isn't the only thing on the map. All the info is there except for the info that isn't there. Pressing the X button allows you to view the map at any time. How convenient. You know the X button located near the top? Haha. This one. Oh. It's reversed. Gotta do the weatherman thing. Got a guy with a ski mask back there. At Giant Step, there's a monster guarding that spot from the outside world. No one knows when the monster made Giant Step its territory. But we do know that Giant Step is going to be the first of the... Well, they made it sound like it's the first of the... what do they call it? Sanctuary places or something? Your sanctuary. Sorry, Dad, I didn't mean to ice you out on the... Should have known I needed to hit a button. You've been out there for a long time now. It may be none of my business, but don't you think it would be a good idea if you took a break? Ah, I see. Well, it doesn't make me happy. But I understand your point about the fate of the world being at stake. Click. Beep. What if he's stronger than my wife? A man of few words. It's useless talking to him now. Want to see your sprite from this way? It's a shy guy. Came in here, no problem. Recently I saw a presence of UFOs flying around, or am I just dreaming? Nope, it's happening, buddy. Well, I don't know about the UFOs, but at the very least, meteorites, meteor-wrongs. Our convenient society. It said that our modern society demands that there will always be an ATM in hotels and drugstores. Just knowing that is convenient. I'm glad I read the book. I can't believe I didn't know this stuff. I'll check whether or not we have an ATM in our drugstore. I can confirm that, actually. We can combine our knowledge. I read the book called Our Society is Convenient. Yeah. I want to play that game sometime. I always thought it looked so cool. I think maybe I've had like... there was a demo of it. Maybe at like KB Toy Store or something. And I never had my hands on That was on Saturn, right? I think so. Yeah, I didn't have my hands on a Saturn that much, just like a little bit of playing a demo at stores. That was about it. None of my close friends had one. Or, well, none of my friends. It said that these days there are always telephones in hotels and drugstores. That's good to know. Also learned that to use a green payphone costs $1, while the black phones are free. Well, $1 is chump change. If you weren't aware of this, all your money could get eaten up by your phone calls. I'm glad I read that book. I'm glad I don't have to read these books. I can just get the, you know, the Cliff's notes from these guys. You're bothering people. Sorry, lady. So, are you sensitive to this kind of stuff? Maybe you should be following me around. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's how we've used it before. When Dad was asking about a break, I wonder if that would have saved and brought us back home? Or just saved. I'll have to try that next time. Come back in the year 2001 and return it. Will do, lady. That's cute. Nice long borrow on these books here. I like that. Bathrooms? I can't believe I saw it with my own eyes. I was staring out the window and there it was, just fluttering there. I'd only seen it in the encyclopedia before. What was it? A magic butterfly.
This is the way.
If you get close to a magic butterfly, all your cares fly away, just like a fluttering butterfly. Yep. That's the effect of the legendary magic butterfly. I love talking about it. Oh, well, I think I did see one of those outside. Got carried away with all the talk about lovely butterflies. I'm researching Giant Step. It's located north and west of Onnet. I'm writing that down. Okay. You know, it's nice when you, yeah. Well, it's nice, and then sometimes it can, I don't know, there is a point where sometimes boredom will creep in if my characters are just too crazy OP, but when you find a combo that really cracks the game open, it's, man, they can definitely be fun. Well, guys, I don't think I'm too long for this world. I mean, neither of these guys. The world apparently is going to end in 10 years. When I said this world, I really just meant the world of this stream. Hopefully I got more time to spend with my loved ones and spend playing the best games known to mankind. This poor guy's got diarrhea. Don't try to come in, especially if you don't need to use the bathroom.
You suck.
Hey, buddy, you don't know what I'm trying to do here.
Go to the bathroom!
Don't talk to me. I'm thinking. Like the rapid tap there. The sound is really fun in this game so far. I'm really appreciating that. Yeah, nice. I do love PP.
Go to the bathroom!
I mentioned this earlier, but I know, you know, when I played Smash Bros. For the first time, I just knew very little about EarthBound. Just knew it was a game. That was about it. Don't even think I knew really the character Ness necessarily. And I just remember hearing PK Fire and being like, okay, that's, I need to stop hearing that, you know. Especially when someone spams it. Yeah, thanks, man. You don't want to push it, you know. It's not going anywhere. Or at least not right now. It seems like stuff is going kind of crazy, but I think Ness can rest for one night, you know. Thanks, man. You got what is it? Lionel hanging out back here. Parv, I'm doing watch out duty for the Linus. I don't know. Not a big Peanuts head, gotta admit. I'm doing watch out duty for the hideout. Can you take over? Just kidding. Being watch out is my job. All right, well. How's the hideout? You know what? Yeah, let's we'll hang it up. Let me see what I can do. Can I? I do think I'll wrap it up. This is it's cool. Let's take a look at this map. Oh, awesome. Cool. Can I move this part around, or it's just going to show us sort of our immediate? Okay. Shows us the way back home. Live in the hills up above on it.
Oh, you were finished.
It is. It's dense. Well, I've got myself a little headache too, so let me get to a place where we can save. Coming home. Oh! Attacked by a snake.
Video games, remade or not, are supposed to be, you know, good.
Because it's so weak at this point, it's like an auto, Is that what happened? You're back. Don't bother yourself with talking now. You look too tired. Mothers understand these things. Eat some bread and scoot on up to bed. Thanks, Mom.
We will not go quietly into the night.
Nick, did you mean to say B there? Only just now did I notice that. B-E-E? Either way, I love it. I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this game, you know, and I'm really excited to see what all the buzz was about. Thanks for leaving it. Yeah, thank you. I'm just getting my stairs in today. Just gotta get my steps in. Our poor dog is just wants to stay inside now. It just poops on a puppy pad. It's a sad scene. Good morning, Sleepy Bones. Are you ready to start your adventure? I'm so proud of you. My little man is growing up too fast. I like that we stay in constant contact with Dad. This game is going to make me want to call my dad more. You know, and my mom too. Hey, we're just one experience away from our next level. Well, I hit continue. We're saved, so we're good, but yeah. It is very wholesome. You never know when Gigas could be, you know, already, you know, his master plan could already be in the works, right? You don't even know. You're just chilling in your nice little, your nice little town, not unlike On It here. Maybe you live up in the hills like Ness. And maybe you're from New Pork City, which I'm interested to see what the hell is going on with that whole situation, because I will say there was a couple things in going to find a bunch of gifts and stuff that I didn't necessarily know, but I had already played for a day and had gotten a bad feeling about our neighbor. That, of course, was confirmed even more today. But then, in the process of trying to find this shit, something came up on YouTube about the neighbor with a pretty revealing title that sort of clued me in that they're not just an annoying neighbor, but something it's going to grow into something much worse, or, you know. Anyway, I didn't have any idea about that, but that's okay. Also, I did know, I think I learned in that process, or something I saw too, I stumbled on something saying it's porky instead of pokey in Japanese, I guess in the original version, which explains New Pork City. Or at least, I shouldn't say explains it, but no, I won't look up anymore. I don't want any more spoilers. I need to know nothing else. It's all good. I've played a game or two where you meet your rival at the very beginning. One of my favorite series, your rival often lives just next door to you as well, you know, so that's nothing too crazy there. Yeah, I'll just say it. I saw some headline or some YouTube thing that was, I don't even know what it was like, Porky deserves a fate worse than hell. It had something along those lines about hell, and I'm pretty sure it might have just said something along those lines. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of brain dead. I'm just going to repeat something along those lines a few more times. I'll just leave the game on and I'll fall asleep. That'd be nice. Let's hang out for just a... I went BRB, but let's hang out for just a little bit longer. I'm really liking this game. This is fun. I wanted to give you guys an update on the Sega Genesis. So the other day, a really good friend of mine, I didn't grow up with him, but he's been a good friend of mine for several years. I've been wanting to get him on stream at some point, but he grew up mostly Sega aligned, you know? Many times who we are and who our friends were, it kind of all shook out by sort of what side of the console wars you were on. And he grew up Sega aligned. For me, certainly Nintendo with dabbles elsewhere, you know? Trying other systems, getting into RPGs, and therefore PlayStation, PS2, and stuff like that, you know, as well. But Genesis was one I never... You know, it feels like a lot of missed opportunities, and he got me a Genesis, so he got me a Model 1 Sega Genesis, and I'm so stoked for this thing. But I showed it off the other day, and I ordered. So I mentioned this, but I did a video with this thing, and it when I first, he was here, and we were gonna hang, but we did hang out and play for a little bit. But that was the whole point. It was funny. Like, well, yeah, he brought it over, and like we hung out, we played, and there was a certain point though where I was having trouble because I wanted to go into troubleshooting mode, and he would have been cool with that. It's just I have limited time to hang with my buddy, and I hooked the thing up, and they gave some AV cables for it, and you know, it's like just the video and then the mono audio. This one only outputs through the back through that main jack that outputs, you know, other stuff, it only outputs mono. Through the headphone jack, though, you can get stereo. Well, anyway, I ended up finding a cord for this thing that will take you to the next level. I'm stoked. I ordered a oh shoot, what's the it's a SCART. I ordered from Insurrection Industries. I got a SCART cable hookup for the Genesis, and they had a couple of options, and I honestly wasn't sure which way to go. I'd be curious, if you were faced with this, what you would do. I will say I don't know to what extent stereo is important with Genesis games. If playing them in mono, to what extent would that affect the experience on early games, late games? I don't know. I don't really, that's something I don't know. If anybody does know, please, you know, help me out here. But I got this cable that has a SCART output, you know, RGB or whatever. I think it's with C-Sync. This stuff's all over my head. But it has a little offshoot to plug into that headphone jack, and then it outputs the stereo sound through the SCART hookup, which will go into my RetroTink here. I've got a RetroTink 5X Pro. So it's interesting because I'll have the SCART plugged in, or, you know, just the regular Genesis output cable for this one here. And then it will have a little dongle, a little doohickey that I suppose I will just wrap around the side. And I always love the vents on this thing. I suppose I'll just wrap it around this thing and plug it right in to the headphone jack right there. I'm having trouble getting it focused, but... And then I will have stereo sound. I'm terrible at showing this thing off, man. I don't know how they do it, you know? But yeah, oh sweet, awesome, Kevin. Yeah, well, like, glad the celebration is rolling. You deserve it. Happy birthday. Started a day early. Keep it going one day after too. After that, though, that's a little too much, unless a friend is like, hey, I didn't get to hang with you the other day, you know. No, I'm just kidding. That's part of how I acquired this, was a late birthday present. So, but yeah, anyway, man, I'm stoked on this. That SCART cable will give us a really good output. And although it may not look the cleanest, I think it's honestly going to look a little steampunk with a cord coming around to the front here to get us that stereo audio. I mentioned this the other day, and the only bummer is the place that he got the Genesis from. They put in this crappy little power supply for it. It was a tiny little thing, and I was kind of like, okay, most of the ones that I see are, at least they have a little more heft to them. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. I mean, the more modern ones are. They can be smaller and more compact, but they gave us some kind of like third-party thing, and I hook it all up, and there was a terrible interference, rainbowing out quite intensely for the visuals, and then the audio was really distorted. The little rings had a ton of feedback at the end of like the ding, so it was like bling, you know, like everything just had this extra underwater Chinese symbol blown out feel to it. And I got a video of the Sonic 2 intro the other day with that. It was all because of the AC adapter. Like I found another, or whatever adapter it is, but I found another adapter that was up to spec. It was the same thing, and I hooked that up and instantly cleared all that up, you know. And it honestly didn't look that bad coming through just the little AV cables they gave me, you know. but everything cleared up. The sound was perfect after that, and but I went back to watch the video, and yeah, the sound is in mono. So I'm stoked to get that SCART cable. And dude, I ordered it like last night, you know, the wee hours of the evening, I suppose. But I need the wolf sound effect. You know, I ordered this thing on a whim late at night, and then I wake up to a message saying it's already shipped. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah. Nice, dude. Glad you're taking some PTO, man. Yeah, I saw that come through. Sorry, I was just, yeah. I've been it's been hard to break away from this gushing over this Genesis. Sorry. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. I think, you know, it's interesting. Yeah. I think I'm due a nice little break too. Getting those breaks every now and then, a good reset is just so crucial. I think we need them as humans, you know? I don't think we didn't spend most of our existence having any life that resembles anything like what we have. So, I don't know if our bodies are equipped for, and our minds are equipped for, of course, I feel like I'm hypnotizing someone by saying this, but I don't think it's really equipped for the job of current modern day living, but here we are. Soldiering on.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Obviously we're equipped. We keep on keeping on. If that's what they say, I don't know. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Things are complex, and I think I'm not in a position from here to do much about it, man. Welcome, Cobra. How you doing? What's up? Happy Wednesday.
This is the way.
Man. I'm a tired guy. Thank you guys for hanging. This has been fun. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's interesting. It is quite scary. Right now I'm playing Final Fantasy VII as well, and it's not my first time through it, but it's my partner's, and yeah, just that idea of an entire city run by a corporation, you know, and dude, good luck, Kevin. Take care, man, and yeah, happy birthday, dude. Didn't mean to leave you hanging for too long. Hope I didn't, but yeah, take care and good luck. And may the odds. I don't want to say that. Good luck. Yeah, I don't want to say that. The book line.
This is the way.
The movie line. The book and movie line. I've never seen the movie, never, or the show, never. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up now.
I appreciate your opinion.
Thanks, Gavin. Happy birthday, man. Take care. Yeah. A corporation running having lockdown control over an entire city. It all revolves around extracting resources to power something for that corporation. Electricity is almost the byproduct for the stuff that Shinra is up to. You know, it's like, and then I just hear more and more too about like needing to, this rush to open up a bunch of coal-fired power plants and stuff to power AI and data centers, and just the fact that it's scary shit. Yeah. Boom. I love it with this music too. Bling, blong, blong, blong. Corporate dystopia.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
I'm rich. I deserve to rule. Why shouldn't I be something like a president or a leader or a why shouldn't I be running the place that I live and controlling directly the taxes I have to spend and the regulation on me? Why shouldn't I? It's wacky shit. Well, anyway, thanks for hanging, guys. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, try to be optimistic. I do. Try to focus on the things that I can focus on, and be good to people in my day to day. Yeah. And don't be afraid to talk to, folks about the things that are bugging you, the things you're afraid of, Especially when some people will come and a lot of people who aren't afraid to, speak their mind. Yeah. Yeah. We got to work together. Yeah. It's we don't stand a chance if we don't, and that's always been the fucking, I don't know. It's always come down to that. I'm also in my head a little bit because I mean, not to say that this stuff doesn't come to mind often, but I just watched for the first time in, probably since 2010 or something. I went back, I was watching episodes of Carl Sagan's Cosmos. I've got the first 1.5 or so, and I had seen it all back many years ago. I found it all on YouTube, and we're just loving it so much. And yeah, he's got some speeches just about, I appreciate how someone who thinks so much about the cosmos and the physics and worlds that are both big and very small, he tends to always bring things back to this very poetic, this optimism, I think, for hey, we can rise above the challenges that face us, we can also blow ourselves up, we have a choice, He was special. Good stuff. I might hear something on the soundboard from that recently. I was going to try to pull something, man. Yeah. Yeah, I only dabble a little bit. I've only read a bit of his. I read the companion guide that came with Cosmos, and yeah, I thought it was. I enjoyed that. It's interesting too. I think other than that, I think I read Pale Blue Dot. I read one other book besides that one, but yeah, not a whole bunch. Yeah, just one of many things. Read from a lot of sources, not so much these days. Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up. Let me see if anybody's streaming. I mean, it's interesting. I think it is a bit of a luxury, I think, to even sit around and think of these kind of things. Of course, there's a good chunk of the population that doesn't even would barely have that time, and then is, once you're, we have our surroundings and what we bring to the table, and then I really think at that point, we're a bit of a product, of course, of. Both, but you don't know what you don't know. You haven't been exposed to what you haven't been exposed to, and yeah, brains are building at different paces for everyone. This is some terrible philosophy on my end. I can't do it, man. I'm spammed. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I don't know what the answers are. I will say this: one thing that I've learned is that there's only a certain level of caring too much about these matters can actually do for me in my own life. It's something to think about, right? It is, of course, right? But yeah, and then when you get out of metaphysical matters and into something just more practical, it is very easy at any time, in any conditions, you could find ways to sort of be paralyzed in your own life, or sort of not feel to sort of live in that sort of constant anxiety. And I think that it only does you so much good. So I think, at a certain point, I can only deal with the things that are in front of me, and I don't know. Talk to the folks around me, and that's about it. Be one of many. Guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm tired. Mario said it. We're gonna get out of here. Is anybody streaming right now? I might just bounce. Let me see. Oh, Ichigo's playing. We're gonna go see Ichigo. Let's hang out with him. He is playing StarCraft 2. Hopefully, I'm gonna ask him if he's gonna be around for a bit.
He was special.
Yeah, we're asking him. Cool. All right. So we're going to get into... Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a terrible host. Thank you so much. I'm going to get us into Ichigo Dave's. We're going to be playing... Actually, he's doing beer time now, not StarCraft. So my bad, guys. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Thank you so much for hanging. I'll play a few sounds for you on the way out. A couple of gifts too. That's it, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you back on Friday for some Mario 64. Maybe back tomorrow for a bonus stream. I don't know. But thank you all so much for hanging. Contra, thanks for talking philosophy. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good night. Adios. Bye-bye. Stick around. We'll head to Ichigo's. Get you there in 1 minute.
How do you like me now?
He was special.
Okie dokie.
Come on. Come on.
What are you buying?
Fuck you!
Heineken.
Mother.
The Parvinator.
Mother.
Goodbye.